Well, the Matildas have once again shown us that they're at the top of their game with an impressive performance in the Olympic qualifiers in Perth. And their success, masterminded by coach Tony Gustafsson, caps a big year for the team following their run in the Women's World Cup. But a new report suggests more needs to be done to encourage more women into high-performance coaching roles. The Australian Institute of Sport has unveiled its action plan to do just that. And joining us are report author Michelle de Highden and Bill Davoren from the AAS High Performance Coaching Development Team. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Morning.
So how many women are in these elite coaching roles at the moment?
What we do know, of the top 36 funded sports in high performance, that less than 10% are head coaches.
What are the main reasons for that, do you think?
I think the project that we've led has uncovered probably 4 big factors. Recruitment.
Yeah.
Looking at the way in which behaviours and the culture and the environment's probably the number one factor. Looking at the development pathways for women coaches and the way in which we enhance their performance, and ultimately the way in which high performance sport looks after parents and the systems and the structures behind that.
Interesting. Bill, what do you think women can bring to coaching roles that could be different?
Look, we know diversity in coaching in all aspects of life are significantly important. I think they bring better environments. I think we know that the women coaches that we've got are making a real impact and are highly regarded and highly respected. So I think, we know also that our women coaches want to earn the right. We're not talking about quotas here. We're talking about women, they want to be the right person in the room. Our job is to unveil why that's not happening and challenge the system.
Do you think it's a bit of the case of you can't be what you can't see?
Very much so. I mean, if you look at the recent World Cup, you referred to the Matildas. I mean, the Lionesses' head coach was Sarah Wiegman. Ironically, after the event, there was talk about her potentially moving into the men's role.
Yes.
I mean, so there is very much what you can see, you can become.
So you mentioned the 4 big factors as to why women aren't in those roles. So how do you then turn that around?
I think the key piece for us is an opportunity right now. The success of women in sport is an enormous opportunity. So we've shone a light on what the system and what the structures look like. And the report is underpinned by some recommendations as well as some resources and practical toolkits that organisations and individuals can use.
So what are some of those recommendations? What do you think are the ones that can be implemented straight away?
A couple of big ones which impact directly on women coaches is looking at a framework to develop the talent. We need sustainable funding. We need better data so we know what sits in the pipeline, what's in the pathway, because we don't actually know. And to be able to look at a system or structure that we can have people who work with women coaches to understand their lived experiences.
So what would you like to see? You've got these recommendations in place. Then what's the goal? What's the target? And into what time frame?
So we've established a scorecard. So the scorecard is to say in 12 months' time, we're going to report on these factors. We don't know the pipeline. We don't know the talent pool. So to set a target is almost unrealistic, and it may cause more challenges or more tension points in other areas. So we're very deliberate about saying we want the best person in the role, and that's very important. And we want to be able to broaden the talent pool of the women who are there. So ultimately, we want to be able to talk about coaches, not women coaches, and we want to be able to make sure that the best person is in the role.
Michelle and Bill, this is, I think, a very timely report, and I think that, as we've spoken about, there is such a positive energy about women in sport at the moment. So let's hope this really takes off and we can see more women in these coaching roles. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.